What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Happy playoff Sunday. These playoff games are really about to get on. Excuse my horn broke. You know what I'm saying? But let me get that out of the way. It is kind of distracting. But this is Anthony Fallon, Tone Center Sports Channel, going live on your YouTube, going live on YouTube right now. As you can see the title, the bets are in. Now, let's get to it because it's not going to be a long video because really, I don't have a. I mean, I got skins on the game, but I don't really care who wins, you know. But it's just all for fun, and this is for pure entertainment value. I am. This is not my This is my thoughts. Now, I'm not an expert at this. Matter of fact, those who claim to be an expert are not experts either. It's gamble. It's just all a hunch. You can use as many as all the numbers you want to try to make a more better a better to make a better pick in who's going to win. So let's go with this first game: Cincinnati Bengals versus the Kansas City Chiefs. That's about to it might be on right now, to be honest with you. We know what happened in the last matchup, the head-to-head matchup between Mahomes and Burrow, and that the Cincinnati Bengals eventually ended up winning the game. I think it was 38-31, something like that. And it's easy to pick the Cincinnati Bengals to do it again, possibly. And I find this game to be the hardest game to pick because I can see it going both ways. One, the reason why I say is because of history. Because of the history, and of course somebody wants to call me right now. Because of the history, because of a couple weeks ago that Cincinnati Bengals handily beat the Kansas City Chiefs, right? And to me, you know, the Cincinnati Bengals are a year or two too early to be in the playoffs. In my projections, I don't think anybody projected the Cincinnati Bengals to be in the AFC Championship. But look at what Joe Burrow has done. You know what I'm saying? And they added Jamar Chase to their weaponry offensively. Defense is pretty solid. Offensive line is suspect. As you saw when they played the Tennessee Titans, they gave up 9 sacks, but still Tennessee found a way to lose the game. One, by not kicking it, not going for the extra point, which would have made it a 17-16 game. 2, the interception by Tannehill. Okay, very bad, right? You put the Bengals in a very good field position. 3, you're going to play a cover 1 when they only had 35 yards to go. And that first pass to Jamar Chase when he ran the post out to the sideline, they pretty much was in field goal range at that point. Just ran the ball and got in position to kick the field goal. Game over, right? But the reason why I can say it goes both ways is because Kansas City, this is their 4th year in a row making it to the AFC Championship, and if they win this will be their this will be their 3rd Super Bowl appearance twice back to back, or maybe 3 times. Yeah, 3 times back to back, and 4th AFC Championship. So you put that experience of knowing how to get there because they're here now in the championship round, and that they've been to the Super Bowl 3 times, and that you can't. It's hard to bet on a team that has the experience because everybody that's on that team are pretty much the same team that has been there these previous 4 years. And they're back here again, which makes it very hard to put money on one team or the other. So you can take that experience and factor that in too, as this being really, instead of a 7-point favorite game by the Kansas City Chiefs, if you're going to bet the Bengals, that really is more like a 3-point favorite game. But since the odds are, or the line is, the Cincinnati Bengals are +7, which is not bad because if it is a 3-point game, like I just said, then I would take the 7. I would take the +7 Cincinnati Bengals and the over. And now on the other side, Kansas City spotting the Cincinnati Bengals, the -7. I would still take the over. Now, what I did is that I parlayed the over, the +55. And if it was 55 and a half, I might have took it because I think it will go over 55 easily. So I put my money on the over. Now, that's it. On the over. That's my opinion. Now, the San Francisco 49ers versus the LA Rams. Now, I'm going to tell you, I chose San Francisco to outright win, and they're +3 versus the LA Rams playing at home, and at the Super Bowl, the stadium where the Super Bowl will be held, and the fact that we know that it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Is it really? When there clearly has been where this is another classic game where styles make fights, and the fact that San Francisco has beaten the LA Rams 6 games straight, twice this season already, and now they face off a 3rd time, and I just say that it's just a mismatch advantage favoring the San Francisco 49ers. That's one reason why. The second reason why is because from the beginning of the playoffs, the wild card game, when San Francisco beat my Dallas Cowboys, and I made a video saying that whoever won that game in the wild card round was going to go to the Super Bowl. Excuse me. And so far, San Francisco is showing improvement, and they've been one of the hottest teams, not only in the NFC but in the NFL, going into the playoffs. And they've been on a run, and they haven't even played their best game yet. That's the thing. They haven't really put it all together, but they're still finding ways to win, whether it's the front four of the defense, whether it's the running game, whether Elijah Mitchell and Deebo Samuels, or if it's like the last game against the number one team in the Green Bay Packers. They won off a punt, a block punt, and a block field goal for touchdown. So all 3 levels are playing their part in helping them win, despite Jimmy Garoppolo in a quarterback dominant type league, right? So for me, I'm sticking to my guns and believing that San Francisco beat the LA Rams for the 3rd time this season and win outright. So I'm taking the +3. I don't know what the over and under is going to be. I think it was set at 45, so it might be under because it could be a defensive game. but it definitely could be over, just like the previous game they played, where they was down 17 and came back and won the game in the second half. And I can't remember the score if it was under 45. Right now, it's not on top of my head. But these are my picks. The bets are in. Again, I got the over for the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Kansas City Chiefs, the over 55. And I have San Francisco taking the +3 parlay, both tickets parlayed to maximize my earnings. Because the straight money line, the money line is the straight bet is not worth it to me. You know what I'm saying? So parlaying those two games with the over on the Kansas City Bengals and the 49ers Rams, I'm taking 49ers over the Rams in the NFC Championship. So that's it, guys. Take it for what it's worth. Peace. I'm out. Tunnel Center Sports Channel.